For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? It's Teasing. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look. Yeah. Listen to us every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know the name. I am the microphone messiah, Phillip. I am joined by the Canadian destroyer, Brandon Tanguma, and the host of the Within the Ropes podcast, Mr. Brian Tronick. Gentlemen, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Phillip. We actually got like a real intro this time. You feeling better? You might not have actually gotten your full smile back, but maybe like 50% back. You feeling better now, buddy?
No. Brian, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm feeling rejuvenated. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, guys, I sound different. We're going through some technical difficulties. It's not fun. You know, the smiles. It's far away, even more now due to what's going on over here. But before we talk about the things that happen in the world of sports entertainment this week, I have to say something. I've been made aware of some of the statements and comments that I've made about certain things people haven't taken too kindly to. Certain people within my inner circle have taken offense, and for that I am sorry. I meant you guys no harm in any way, shape, or form. I love you guys. You know, you guys are those people that I'm talking about. I love them. It's just simple. It's just that simple, man. I'm sorry. I love you. Now, for those that aren't within my inner circle and who have taken offense to my comments and remarks about, certain performers and companies involved with the world of sports entertainment, you all can kiss my ass. Yeah. It's like Spider-Man on Family Guy. Everybody gets one. That was the one. All right. Now, guys, it's International Podcast Day. Yes. What better way to celebrate it than with the best in the game? Me. How do you guys feel? You guys feeling good? Brian, you feeling good?
I'm feeling fantastic. Also, I want to note that my face is no longer ashy. I'm moisturized.
That boy wet.
Yeah. Moist.
He not dripping like Seth, but he wet.
Yeah. I'm almost there though. Seth, watch out.
You're a little damp.
A little damp.
You're a little damp.
A little dry, a little,
Yeah, you're not crusty, which is a good thing.
No.
We don't allow the crust. Brandon, how do you feel about International Podcast Day?
It's a great day. Happy International Podcast Day. Is it like this is the biggest day? Was there like America Podcast Day, National Podcast Day, California Podcast Day, Bay Area Podcast Day?
No, it's all wrapped up into this one day.
Okay, so we don't get multiple podcast days. It's a travesty. It's really a shame. I'm gonna go talk to Uncle Joe, Uncle Gavin, and I'm gonna make them make a holiday for us.
Joe's your uncle?
Yep.
That's Papa Joe though.
Uncle Joe, Papa Joe, R.I.P. Papa Joe,
or Ordinary Joe, Joe Schmo, Joe Brone. So let's talk about the Chris Kanyon Dark Side of the ring. Yeah, so I mean this has become a very interesting one. So I know I had the chance to finally watch it, and couple things. Didn't know that he was going through all that stuff. Being as young as I was, I didn't really get to see Mortis and all that other stuff. And just going back on YouTube and the network and watching it, I thought Kanyon was a very talented and unique performer. But his personal life, it was a mess. It's unfortunate that he had to struggle with the things he had to struggle with for as long as he did, up until he took his life in 2010. So, Brian, you were prime and watching Mortis and Kanyon and stuff. What were your thoughts on this episode of his Dark Side of the Ring?
It was very eye-opening to see someone who I thought was very successful, had a great character. And then even transitioning from the Mortis to Kanyon, and then going from WCW to WWE, being a double champion, being put in very, very big programs like, DDP and, being in situations with The Undertaker. I mean, you just don't think that someone who, I guess, have so much success be, battling so many demons. And I guess that's more common nowadays than ever. I think like what you may see may not exactly be what it really is when it's all said and done, So the episode itself, I was surprised to see how much he was dealing with. And also to see how close and tight he was with James Mitchell, old Vandenberg. I was surprised to see how close they really were versus, just being characters on screen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Brandon, what'd you think of this episode of Dark Side of the Ring?
I'm much more closer to you, Phillip, someone who didn't watch WCW, doesn't know too much about Kanyon. Like, I've heard of him. I kind of know a little bit of his story, but being able to watch this, it was kind of eye-opening. It was very sad. I mean, the plane ride from hell last week was just it's different. This one was much more like of a sad, but then like also kind of weirdly happy story, kind of like at the end when they talk about like how close he was and how much influence he had on like so many people, especially like a lot of AEW wrestlers right now, like, Brian Cage and the Young Bucks and people like that. And yeah, it was just like a sad story. And it's, one in wrestling that we kind of hear a lot. He loved it. He had, personal mental demons. And he always always thought, and I don't know this, maybe Brian could talk more personally because I never really watched him too much. Like he always thought and had the skills to be better, but it just never really panned out that way.
Yeah, I think he definitely had the skills. All the talk of, things that Flair said and, Cena said about him not being good. I don't know about that.
Let's hit that right now, man. So
yeah.
It was from that Howard Stern interview that John Cena did back in like 06 or 05 or something. And yeah, I mean, I don't know why people are taking offense to that now. I mean, the clip's been out for 15 years, but we live in the cancel culture world nowadays. And so people are trying to cancel John Cena, and I'm like, okay. John wouldn't have said what he said if he didn't believe there was some truth to it. I mean, especially at that time, Cena was the WWE champion. He was the guy in the company. And then, Kanyon comes back on that show like a month after or whatever. And, they discuss that, and Flair calls in. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know, man. You have Flair, who's the greatest of all time. You have Cena, who's the guy at the time, saying that something was missing for you to be a top guy in WWE. I don't know.
Well, and I see it two ways. Like from a creative character standpoint, there was nothing for Kanyon, and maybe he didn't have the abilities as far as like maybe he wasn't capable in the eyes of others to be a character. And I feel like in WWE, that's really what it comes down to especially back then, but even more so now. Like if you can't adapt and reinvent and adjust, then there's just no place for you in the WWE. We've seen it multiple. I mean, look at the greats, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, there's only a few like John Cena's and Hulk Hogan who can really, but even Hulk at one point reinvented himself. But look at Jericho, reinvented himself so many different times throughout the years, continues to do it today. So I just think maybe Cena meant from a character standpoint. I don't know. He said in the ring he wasn't that good. I don't think that's true. I think he was pretty decent in the ring. But hey, everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Cena was talking more of like the psychology aspect of being in the ring. Maybe that's what he meant. Because
maybe.
I mean, Kanyon, the moves, they were great, innovative, and it's sad. It really is. Kanyon, he was a he was a hell of a talent. There could have been a lot more, but unfortunately, he had those demons, and he lost that battle, so to say. So very interesting with the dark side of the ring.
But to cancel John Cena, we got to stop that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. I mean, it's calmed down. Like that got shut down real quick.
What's the episode this week? We're gonna cancel Onita next, or whoever
Probably
else is on the podcast or on the episode.
People probably aren't going to watch that one, to be honest.
Oh,
People probably aren't even going to watch that.
oh, you're turning into me. Oh man, see, I don't want to.
No, I'm just saying there's nothing like negative in regards to WWE linked to this episode. So people probably aren't going to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want the Onita deathmatch fans coming after me. The Nick Gage ones, I can take all of them on, but you know. All right, let's move on. So AEW Dynamite is moving to TBS on January 5th, 2022. And first off, what do you guys think about that, Brandon? I mean, we knew it was moving to TBS, but now we have an official date.
Yeah, well, I mean, we knew this was happening. Surprisingly, Rampage isn't going to come with them. We thought both of the shows were going to go to TBS, but no, Rampage staying on TNT. It makes sense, especially with the NHL coming to TNT. There's going to be a lot of preemptives, whatever the hell you call it, especially with the NBA and NHL. So just for like sanity wise and just scheduling purposes, it makes a lot of sense to just keep it on TBS, just keep it that way. And yeah, you have like the WCW aspect to it, but you also have like the old school WCW, NWA, TBS lineage that they can play upon. So, and pretty much everyone who has TNT has TBS. So maybe like initially there could be like a little bit of a drop, but it's such far in advance. It's 3 months out. They're going to promote the hell out of it. I wouldn't expect them to drop too much just because they change networks.
I think it should have been done on January 4th, in my opinion. It's a better day. No?
Why is it a better day?
I know why it's a better day.
That's me and Chris Kanyon's birthday, bro. It's a better day.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Now that I'm thinking about it, you're absolutely. How can I forget?
And Wrestle Kingdom stole all my thunder and chose that day.
And now they're taking up like your birth week. They're just taking it all now.
Yep.
I need a birth month.
You might as well just do the birth month.
I mean, we don't celebrate New Year's for, it being New Year's. We celebrate it for Phillip's birth month. That's really what it is. That's why we fill up Times Square and, blow up everything. That's why.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you, Brandon. I take back some of the things I said about curveballs and chair shots. Brian, what are your thoughts about AEW Dynamite going to TBS? Personally, I think Rampage should go over there, but I mean,
I think Rampage should have gone over too. It would have fit them so much better, like WCW Nitro to Thunder being on the Superstation, TBS. I'm right? Yeah, Thunder was on the Superstation. Yeah, that's right. The Superstation. Yeah, it's a little backwards. Dynamite coming to TBS and Rampage staying on TNT, but whatever. Their fans are gonna go watch it. Hell, I mean, they can go on the Discovery Channel and people are gonna watch it. So, what
about Destination America?
Yeah, I was just about to say Destination America. Hey, I had to be. I was a hardcore TNA fan. I found that, bro.
See, that's what I'm saying. If you're a fan, you're gonna find the channel. You're gonna make sure you have it. You'll pay extra for it. You'll do whatever.
I mean, that's because they still had Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards and Cody just came in for a little bit of Mike Bennett. So yeah, of course I was gonna watch.
Wasn't Bobby still there?
Bobby was still there doing all the great work. So the rumor is there's gonna be a TBS title coming for the women. That would be their secondary title.
No more titles.
There we go. No more. We don't need it anymore. Look, they have a sweet spot, man. Let's look. I mean, the talks about the trios titles are coming. I mean, for the large amount of groups, okay, I guess we can let that one slide. But think about it. They have all these titles. Every title's defended at these pay-per-views. These pay-per-views are going to become longer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, think about it.
No more titles. No more titles.
But think about it, though. WCW had the world title, the U.S. title, the TV title, and the tag team titles, right? AEW has the world title, the women's title, the TNT title, and the tag team title. So one more wouldn't help.
I mean, but the trios titles are already coming. So then they bring in the TBS title. There's 6.
Yeah, the
So
TBS title is not needed, I don't think.
So yeah, that's my point. So let's say if they do introduce that, and with the
Well-
trios titles coming, then there's 6 guaranteed championship matches on every pay-per-view, plus like let's say the Cody match or whatever feud doesn't have a championship. So you're getting what, 8 matches on these really long pay-per-views, and then like the Bucks have to have a long match. Cody's match has to be at least 20 minutes in ring,
Well,
So
that's
then
okay, because think about it. And I go back to the WCW comparison. WCW didn't have as many trios as AEW does, so it's okay.
I mean, weren't there like 80 people in the NWO? They had a whole bunch of trios.
The Elite about to have 80 people in a minute.
Man, we are going to talk about it. All right, outside of the ring, Rowdy Ronda Rousey and her husband, Travis Brown, welcome their daughter into the world.
What's
Congratulations.
the daughter's name, Phillip?
You know what? I saw it. We're just gonna call her Lil Rousey.
A lot of apostrophes, a lot of vowels, a lot of Hawaiian stuff.
We're just gonna look at that Lil Rousey. That's
Lil Rousey, Lil Rousey Brownie.
Lil Rousey Vert. What? Just gonna call her Lil Rousey. Shout out. I don't have anything for inside of the ring, but do you guys know anything you want to touch on? Huh?
Anyone paying attention to the G1?
Hey, is anybody paying attention to the G1? Is that
I stopped after the second night.
I don't know why you would start in first place.
Poor Naito. We didn't talk about it, but Naito blew out his knee, and he might have actually won the G1, and now he's going to be gone for a long, long time.
Oh, man.
So this kind of just throws. New Japan's had a very tough year, as have all of them. I mean, they've had like a rough 2 years. And
I was only watching because I was tweeting about it, and then I saw people getting like their accounts suspended for like reposting pictures or videos of New Japan, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, nah, I'm good."
You see, that's why I watch WWE, because they don't do things like that. They care about their fans. Yeah.
And AEW took down Mr. X.
Oh, you see. I don't know why he went to that show. He should have just went to
they
the
took
Raw.
him down.
They can't. Tony Khan took him down. And like the account he has now is like a whole new one. He had so much more. Yeah, bro. He had like so much more work on there, dude.
You're talking about his Instagram?
Yeah, dude.
Oh no. Okay, that's what happened. I didn't realize because I heard him talking. I seen him talking about it, but I didn't know what happened.
And y'all love Tony Khan, huh? Y'all love AEW.
Was it something bad that he said about them?
He didn't say anything bad. Like he does like his own custom artwork, as you know.
Yeah.
And he did it of like, I think it was like, I forget. It was like one of the AEW wrestlers, and I guess somebody flagged it as AEW original content, and then they got rid of his page.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah, Vince won't do that to you. Vince won't do that to you.
It's YouTube.
He
He'll do it on
loves it.
YouTube, not Instagram.
I think that's Nick Khan. I don't believe it's Vince.
Okay.
I think that Nick Khan came for me a couple weeks ago.
Did he?
I had to call up to Stanford and let him know about himself. He said he won't do it again.
You're gonna call Shane, but apparently Shane's not there anymore.
Excuse me?
That's what the internet tells me. Shane isn't at the offices anymore.
Yep.
Oh my God! No, he can't go back to China. No.
AEW confirmed, baby. Shane
Could
McMahon.
you imagine?
Brian keeps calling it, WCW.
I know, right?
Shane McMahon shows up on AEW. He buys it.
on their final day. Oh man, that's something. Titus Alexander wrestled Christopher Daniels last week, and I hear it was a really good match. Christopher Daniels made his return to Impact Wrestling, and yeah, man. And plus, Josh Alexander is about to wrestle Christian for the Impact title, so some cool stuff's going on over there.
Maybe they're gonna get Bray Wyatt.
What's Wyndham Rotunda doing in the Impact Zone? I'm telling you, man. All right. Let's go into this day in wrestling. So on this day, I see clearly what a better place, a broken dream, but I leave it all behind. Yeah, Tito Santana returned to the WWF on this day in 1991 with the Matador gimmick this time. Don Morocco wins the ECW title. He beat Jimmy Snuka on this day in 1992. WCW Nitro on this day 25 years ago. The Wild Pegasus beat somebody. Yeah. New Japan Fighting Spirit Unleashed 2018. Cody Rhodes wins the United States Championship over there. And then they have that photo of him with the U.S. and the NWA titles. And on that same day, that press conference, Bimbo Jimbo he was kneeling next to him and Brandy in the titles. It's a really cool thing. It was on 10 pounds of gold. All right, and then we have some birthdays. Cameron Grimes is 28. Isaiah Swerve Scott is 31.
Cameron Grimes. Can't say it right.
Yeah, he's 20. He's 28. Isaiah Swerve Scott is 31, and Candice Michelle is 43 years of age. Yeah. Any thoughts about the things that happened on this day?
Still in the Trevor Lee fan club.
He doesn't exist.
Happy
anymore.
birthday.
He doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, we're switching it to the Cameron Grimes fan club. Is that better?
Thank you.
Okay.
I like the Trevor Lee fan club though.
He doesn't exist anymore. How can you have a fan club for somebody that doesn't exist?
In the inside, he exists.
No.
We still just relive and like watch back his old stuff from Impact and the Carolina days. So we just don't, pre Dogecoin GameStop Trevor Lee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get to the fan mail. I had more, but I was doing a mass delete, and a lot of stuff got deleted. So I sent you guys the Instagram DMs from and Brightest Day X.
I was told on a world around curveballs and chair shots that he was going to bring some spicy chili, talking about his love for Cincinnati and your hatred for Cincinnati. Is this true?
You were supposed to say Mr. X.
Mr. X. Is that better?
All right, so I sent Brandon the first half. So Brandon, you read through all of those, and then once you're done, I sent the last half to Brian. So Brandon, go ahead.
Oh, I can read. You're such a nice guy, Phillip. I don't care what Baby Huey says about you. Anyways. Why is pro wrestling better than sports entertainment?
Oh my God. This is the same thing. It's the same thing. What are you guys talking about? Stop, guys. Why are y'all doing this? Hey, hold on. Did he come for me on curveballs and chair shots?
He said he was going to. He said, "Stay tuned."
Oh, it was a premeditated attack. Okay, I got you.
He said stay tuned this Monday never mind.
This Thursday on Dragon Ball Z.
This Thursday on yeah.
Look, pro wrestling is sports entertainment. It's been known as that since the late 80s, early 90s. Like, I don't know why you guys are so late to the game. Like, I came out the womb saying sport entertainment. I mean, come on, guys.
Apparently, pro wrestling came back in New York City last week.
It's always been there because pro wrestling and sports entertainment are one and the same. It's been there since what? Since Jess McMahon ran the territory back. Oh, what you know about that? Okay. What you know about Capital Wrestling?
Okay.
Into the WWF, into the WWF, into WWE.
Okay.
You see, I just recapped like 70 years worth of history.
That's right.
That quick. Who else is doing this?
Who else? Brandon, do you know?
Come on.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Big fan of Jess McMahon. Great guy.
Love him. Well, he's a great guy. Love him to death. What else did Mr. X say?
Great guy.
He wants to know, why is Big E the champion? Hold on. Why is Big E the champion that we've been waiting for over the last 396 days?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You know what? I don't have the explanation. I just read the questions, Phillip. It just says, why is Big E the champion that we've been waiting for over the last 396 days? Is that how long? No. Pandemic's been longer than that.
That's how long Roman's been champion. That's what he means.
Oh,
look, man. Roman Reigns is the champion that I want. He's the champion of the fan base, and I love that. Now, I honest to God, I want him to be the champion of the world again. And there's only one way to do that. Big E might have to take a seat and let the true king of WWE reign. You know what I'm saying? You might have to let Roman Reigns reign over the world.
Roman Reigns is the great. Okay, I won't go there.
Well, no, go there, do it. We're not scared.
Roman Reigns is the greatest Universal heavyweight champion of the world, of the universe,
of all time.
Of all time.
Look, Brock had it 3 times. What did he really do?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. Be real.
Mm-hmm.
He had it for a long time, sure, but he was hardly there. Roman is here every single week, and he doesn't have to wrestle every week because that's what makes him special.
And guess what? He still wrestled. What did he did a double. Okay, man. Raw and SmackDown and Extreme Rules.
Come on, man. And there was probably a house show in between.
Probably. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he go ahead and tell the higher up. So who else? He is the higher up. You know what? I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. Don't worry about drafting me.
Oh.
In fact, I'm gonna show up on both shows. How about that? Tribal Chief gets to pick where he goes, when he goes, and how he goes.
I love it. Brandon, do you have any thoughts on that?
Big E's doing a lovely job. We'll talk about what he did on Raw, but I also think Roman Reigns is doing a great job. And, we get to see them face off because Survivor Series is the one time of the year where they wrestle, from both shows wrestle against each other, even though we're doing the draft. So like those people have already kind of wrestled before they get split up and then they're going to wrestle again. And then
Survivor Series is
and
the
then we
one
have
night a
Royal
year.
Rumble, and then we have Money in the Bank.
No. You don't understand. You see, the Rumble and Money in the Bank and all that other stuff, that's for individual pride. Survivor Series is the one night a year when Raw and SmackDown compete for brand supremacy.
Mm-hmm. When those same wrestlers, sports entertainers are wrestling, we're wrestling on the other show just a month earlier. So they really care about the brand that they're on for this past month.
Well, yeah, because that's going to be their home for the next year. Absolutely.
Except for the wild card rule, and then just
the wild card rule doesn't exist anymore.
And then the explicit, for whatever reason, like you can jump over like 6 times a year, except for
that doesn't exist anymore.
What does exist? What is rules? Well, we had Extreme Rules, but that was just rules because there was only one Extreme Rules match, and it wasn't even really extreme.
Did somebody not go through a table? That's extreme enough. Were there not kendo sticks? Was there not a destruction of the ring somewhat? Yeah, the turnbuckle broke. It's Extreme Rules to me. What else did Mr. X have to say?
Lastly, another championship question. He wants to know, why has the Raw Women's title not been relevant since Nikki Cross was champion, a.k.a. once Charlotte got the belt?
When was the last time your city had a championship, Mr. X? Huh? Because over where, Brandon? Over in what city?
The Queen City.
It's raining championships up in there. Dirty dozen. You feel me?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Don't come at Charlotte like that, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, he don't want the salt.
No.
Hey, shout out Strictly for the culture, man. You Mr. X, I'm trying to be nice, bro.
Wait.
You don't want a real salt sermon. I'll come for that head.
To be fair, by way of Las Vegas, Nevada, Jon Moxley was a pretty good champion representing Cincinnati. I have to say. Don't you think, Phillip? I'm just being fair to Mr. X,
Yeah, Drew McIntyre did a better job during the pandemic. Yeah, I said it.
See if I can pull up wrestlers from Cincinnati. I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, just one, Jon Moxley.
What they got? No, never mind. He wasn't a champion.
Who is from Cincinnati? Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Wrestlers are from Cincinnati. I want to know. I'm intrigued.
We got. We're just gonna run down the list. They count Pete Rose as a wrestler. Shout out Pete Rose. We got Amanda Ruffin, Angelo Dawkins, Anthony McMurphy, Ari Alexander, Ashley Madison, Bobby Casanova, Bobby Harmon, Brian Pillman, shout out, Brian Wolverman, Dean Ambrose, aka Jon Moxley, Ed Miller, Heather Owens, Cara Kildar, Jaden, Chronic, Les Thatcher, Lincoln Broderick, shout out Broderick, Linda Miles, Lord Crew, Nemesis, Pete Rose, Rick Byrne, Russ Myers, Samantha Heights, Sarah J, Ted Turner, Tim Lutz, Tyron, Walter Johnson, any relation to the pitcher, and Zach Spadiz. So just
Wait.
who?
Ted Turner?
Let's click on it.
What, Warner Media Ted Turner?
That's what it says.
Wow. Okay, Cincinnati got one grade. I'll give it to Ted. Sure. All right, is that the end of your portion of his fan mail?
I am done.
All right, Brian, you're up next, bud.
All right, let's get to this part. And this is quote Mr. X. Am I correct? Never thought I'd paraphrase MJF, but after thinking about a few things because of these unwarranted attacks on the city of Cincinnati, I have this to say. Drake, mid. Roman Reigns, mid card. Charlotte, mid, and a jobber at best. Universal title just plain sucks. Vince McMahon, mid, and Tony Khan's bitch.
Facts.
On a final note,
whoa. Wait, is that part of the same one, or?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Let him go. Let it ride.
Hold on. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you come after my tribal chief? How dare you come after the greatest artist? I was going to say rapper, the greatest artist alive today. He just broke another Michael Jackson record. You come at him. You come at the Queen City. You come at the king of sports entertainment. How dare you? How dare you?
I have to say that I'm a little sad, Mr. X, that you
Can't believe
you said that about Charlotte, but it's okay. I mean,
and Vince is a TK's bitch. It's the other way around.
I mean, there was a sign on Dynamite that said VKM fears TK. So, that just means it's real. It's real, right?
Those fans don't wash their asses. They don't know what they're talking about.
To be fair to Vincent Kennedy McMahon, there were several signs like that in the 90s in WCW crowds. And look where we're at.
Yeah, no. You AEW, keep it up. Keep it up. Well, in about, I don't know, let's give it about like 6 or 7 years. Well, I'll be right back here saying, "Oh, I told you so."
We're gonna be breaking. We're gonna be here on account of breaking news. It's gonna be an emergency podcast. It's breaking news. Vince McMahon just bought AEW.
I'm gonna be laughing so hard.
Brendan, do you think something like that will ever happen?
History repeats itself.
Well, we do forget that the Khan family has a boatload of money and has way more money than what Vince McMahon has.
No, he doesn't. No. I don't want to hear that.
They own 2 professional sports teams, and he is a entrepreneur thingy.
Vince rules sports entertainment. That's it. That's all he needs. That's more money. What are you talking about? No.
Once Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars start to pop off and actually win a game, shout out, they're playing this Thursday against Mr. X's Cincinnati Bengals.
Oh, I can't believe I'm rooting for Jacksonville.
Is it okay? So let me ask you this: Does the Khan family have more money than Ted Turner did back when he had WCW?
I would not know that, but technically, the reason WCW got bought out by Vince is because they sold it and all the other money things, and no one wanted wrestling on TNT. So if Bischoff, who knows if Bischoff and his goons actually got WCW, how long it would have stayed afloat.
I mean, apparently they don't want wrestling on TNT. That's why they're going to TBS.
So to be fair, maybe it is a possibility, considering that Tony Khan, allegedly, I don't know if it's true or not, but he's the only one now that is responsible creatively. He's the guy that makes all the creative decisions, not the EVPs. And according to Brian Cage, he said it's a horrible idea. But maybe Tony Khan will get, ahead of himself.
Is Brian Cage trying to get fired?
I don't know.
He's trying to get fired so bad. Oh man.
He heard that his big meaty man slapping meat over on WWE. You feel me?
Man, he'll be booked so much better. Come to New York. Come to New York, bro.
So I pulled it up. I don't know. I can't go back in time and see how much Ted Turner's worth. But right now, it's saying Ted Turner is worth $2.2 billion, which maybe is more, maybe it was less than what it was back in the 90s when he owned CNN and the Braves and all that other stuff. But now, Mr. Khan.
Was it 2.5? It's 2.5, isn't it?
$8.6 billion.
Oh, shit. I thought it was 2. Damn, 8.6 billion?
That is 4 times the amount of Vince McMahon's 2.1 million.
But is Shad gonna wanna, when it get down to the nitty gritty, is Shad really gonna allow Tony to spend all types of money that he needs to keep this afloat? I don't know. That's another conversation.
Shad's probably gonna be like, "All right, son, you've had your fun. It's time to."
Well, I mean, this isn't Dixie. This isn't Dixie Carter at Impact. AEW is actually, selling.
Dixie Carter was better than Tony Khan.
Ooh, hot takes.
Oh, for such a heel, bro.
What was the last one that Mr. X said?
Mr. X says, and I quote, "On a final note, I want to go on record by saying that I did not start this. I am only defending the city I love. Because at the end of the day," and to quote Nick, I don't even know how to say this last name, Castellanos?
Hey. Nick Castellanos.
Nick Castellanos. It's Cincinnati versus everyone.
Well, y'all are losing that battle. And y'all are losing that battle to Boise, Idaho. Like, Jesus Christ. Hey, look, man, you shouldn't feel bad. I just talked crap about the town. I just talked crap about Oakland. I mean, come on, bro.
Hey. Watch your mouth. Mouth.
Oh, they're gonna come for me. They're gonna pull up on it. You gonna catch this clip, blood? Come on, bro. They don't want that. I'm from the stack. You feel me?
Stack.
You feel me? I'm the Hayward heartthrob. You feel me? There's a heavyweight hustle up in this bit. You feel me? Man, hey, I'm like Arn Anderson, bro. I keep that thing on me. You heard?
Arn Anderson is hilarious.
Watch his brains falling on the concrete.
Hey, don't talk about him like that. That's a good man.
There's a lot of gun talk over on there's a lot of gun talk, a lot of killing talk on wrestling TV.
Hey, we're going to talk about all of it. So, Big E, and we're talking about Monday Night Raw now, if you didn't know. Real sports entertainment. Big E and Bobby Lashley started off for the WWE Championship, for the Real World's Championship. And, it ended in chaos. The Hurt Business is back. I shed a couple tears. My smile came back for that split second. It came back, guys. It did. But then it went away because I remembered how I was wronged in Stockton. Yeah. But, yeah. And then this leads to a steel cage match later on in the night between Bobby Lashley and Big E for the WWE Championship. Brian, thoughts on all the chaos? The Hurt Business is back. And what are your thoughts on the main event?
Yeah, the Hurt Business is indeed back. I was excited to see that. It's about time. Took them long enough. But see, got to give WWE credit. They gave us what we wanted. This was great. I mean, I don't think that's being talked about. I'll just put it out there. That's not being talked about and praised much. Hey, WWE, they listen to us. They sometimes you just got to wait it out. Maybe, things fall into place. MVP is out. Okay, we've seen how everybody loved the New Day and the Bloodline. Let's get the Hurt Business back together now. Perfect time, perfect opportunity. They don't need no explanation, no promos, no nothing. They're brothers. Brothers get into it, and then they get back. Big E, steel cage, Bobby Lashley. They've got to figure out the door and over the cage situation because it's starting to make the wrestlers look a little silly when the door is literally right there, and instead of doing that, they choose to climb over the top. I feel like if for a fact that you have the easiest path to just walk through the door and win the match, you should do that. It makes more sense. It's easier. Now, if it was padlocked and everything, and you knew that it wouldn't just by the referee just as easy as opening the door, then okay, climbing the cage might be the fastest, right? I mean, would you guys agree?
Or we have a cage match where you actually win inside the cage instead of running away like a little, scaredy cat.
Did Biggie not win inside the cage? Did he not climb away?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like overall. If we're talking in generalities.
I mean, that's what the ref is there. There's that option. That's why he's there. Can we bring back the blue cage?
Don't you think that would look horrible on HD quality WWE
They have a red
television?
Hell in the Cell. Who cares?
Yeah, I know. People complain about the red hell. Hey, Brandon, do you like the red hell in the cell?
No, I think it's trash.
He saw it live.
I've seen it live inside a red lidded whatever it's called, Sacramento Arena.
Yeah.
I was literally front row and I could not see Seth in the Fiend.
That's the greatest cage match of all time. What are you talking about?
Literally top 2, and it ain't 2.
I will say it's maybe the most memorable match I've ever seen.
It's probably the most important because look at where Seth is now. Huh? Yeah.
I mean, he almost killed Vince McMahon because of it.
Yeah. I think he was just a little wound up. He wasn't actually going to hurt Vince. I mean, he doesn't want those kind of problems.
I mean, there was a very loud AEW chant, and I forget what is this. This was like 2 weeks into Dynamite, so that was fun. That was a fun time.
Poor
you
Seth.
know what? It's okay. Seth is doing great work.
He's doing some of the greatest work right now
of his career. Absolutely.
Yes.
I thought this was good stuff. I was a fan. I was a fan. I think they all did good business. Yeah. Goldberg had a promo on
Never
Raw.
a good thing.
Yeah, he threatened to kill Bobby Lashley
if he was lucky.
So a white man threatened to kill a black man on live TV. Why aren't we talking about that
in Saudi Arabia?
Why aren't we talking about this? That kind of stuff happens on the other channels. Doesn't happen here.
I mean, wouldn't you want to kill Goldberg if he came after your son? I mean, I think he has valid feelings there.
Told he's a punk.
You're defending a white man threatening to kill a black man in Saudi Arabia?
I'm just being fair. Like, if it was me, if I was Goldberg.
You're defending a white man trying to kill a black man in Saudi
I got your
Arabia?
back, Phillip. I think this is absolutely stupid.
Thank you.
Neither heel or babyface should ever say they're going to kill the other because we know that's not going to happen. And just add on top the fact that, you know, they're in Saudi Arabia, and you can tell WWE is just kind of holding their breath of this because they were like, oh, whatever, during like the Ali tag match. Oh, Goldberg's gonna talk. Cool. You're just not going to advertise that at the top of the show and plug it. And then Goldberg doesn't have any, you know, he'll take blood money, but he won't be able to show up in Cincinnati. Shout out Mr. X. Great city. But
have you ever actually been?
I flew over one time when I was going to whatchamacallit. Why is none of my microphones working now? When I was going to Portugal.
Did you like sightsee? Did you? Huh?
When I flew over it, it was dark, so I couldn't like see it like actual.
I've been to Cincinnati in the daylight. It's one of the scariest things I've ever seen in my life. Yeah.
Okay. So the saying you're gonna kill someone is a big, like, that's crazy, right? So I agree. It's kind of weird, like, but I mean. It's better than saying you're going to shoot someone. We'll get into that later. I mean, it's the same thing. What am I talking about?
I mean, if you shoot someone, they don't necessarily die.
I mean, but in Arn's case, what he was talking about is he was saying like in a hypothetical scenario of someone like robbing you when it's like an actual life or death situation. I'm not just going to go have a wrestling match with someone and murder them.
Yeah,
well,
you know,
let's see.
Look. Arn basically said, like, look, he keep Pole on him just in case. You know
okay, but look, when we're talking reality based, Phillip, listen, right? Sports entertainment, right? If you want reality based, you want that real raw emotion, that feeling. It's kind of like, you know, if someone strangled my son, Charlie, like, I'd want to kill him, like, oh, you know, if I could.
Let it be frank. If anybody like tries to harm Charlie, I'm coming after him. Yeah, that's my guy. Yeah. That's my guy, man. You know? But yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It is. Yeah, what did we talk? I forgot to mention it. Drew McIntyre came out at the end of Raw and pointed the sword at Big E. So is he threatening to kill him too?
He actually said like a couple days ago. I don't know if it was yesterday. I don't know if you guys seen it. He said that it would be like it'd be dumb if he didn't eventually use the sword on someone. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I think him coming out on Raw just confirmed that he's going to go to SmackDown.
Good.
Yeah, I can see us having like a title match or something, and maybe it ends in a schmoz, and we get like a big old tag team match on Raw, and then Drew goes over to SmackDown because I think they want to keep him strong. They're not just gonna have Big E beat him and then just go to SmackDown and have him be one of the top contenders for Roman.
Hey, I haven't even noticed that he hasn't been there. I haven't even noticed.
Me neither.
Man, Shayna Baszler destroys Eva Marie's arm. Eva Marie is representing the Bay Area. How dare Shayna? How dare she?
I think Eva Marie does a great job on social media, like making stuff interesting. Like she was on social media. She put up this picture, obviously of like I don't know what it was, but it was like a doctor's MRI X-ray picture or whatever. And she was like, I'm calling my lawyers or whatever. And it just made me laugh. It's like, see, that is what being a sports entertainer is all about. You have to continue being who you are, whether you're in the ring or outside of the ring. And there's not enough of that in pro wrestling nowadays. Everyone, like Adam Cole will say, I'm going to beat the hell out of Jungle Boy, but then go play games with him on Twitch 45 minutes later, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, but
that is a bad thing. What is it? What is it? Adam Cole was on Talk is Jericho. Great episode. Go check it out. Yeah, it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing. Let's just go to AEW. Yeah. You know what? Brandon 1 through 4. Brian 5 through 7. Brandon, take it away.
Now, do I have to do it in order, or can I just pick and choose everyone I want to do first?
Let's go in numerical order, please.
Okay, we'll keep it in numerical order. So we get Adam Cole, baby, taking on Jungle Boy to kick off the show. It's kind of what we've been seeing a lot with AEW recently, starting off the quote-unquote main event with the opening show. CM Punk was on commentary throughout the entirety of the night, and Adam Cole pins Jungle Boy in what I thought was a very good match, maybe not as good as last week's opener, but we get Adam Cole, little not distraction finish, but kind of gets tangled up with Aubrey Edwards, takes him to hits him with a low blow, hits him with the what are they calling now? Because it's not the last shot, but it's the boomstick. What's his finisher now?
Something like that.
I don't know why they still call it the Panama Sunrise. I don't know why they just can't call it like the last shot still, but whatever. Adam Cole gets the win. Thoughts on the match?
This was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Sidebar, a buddy of mine, he calls Adam Cole a fat piece of you-know-what, because that was the old stick in PWG. So I thought that was funny. I mean, I didn't think it was funny. It was just like, I just kind of laughed it off. Big Adam Cole. I love Adam Cole. He's a great sports entertainer. Let's not get it twisted. But the match was great. I loved it. I thought this was really good. Great opener.
This match, I have to say it because I tore him to shreds last time. Adam Cole looked like a superstar in the making in an AEW ring in this match. I thought this was Jungle Boy's best match in AEW, period. Even better than the one with Kenny Omega. It just fit his style better. They matched very well. Adam Cole, this match, he looked comfortable and he looked like a potential, dare I say HBK? I don't know. He has it. He's got the look. He's got the moves. He's got the charisma. He's got it all. So I enjoyed it.
For years, people thought, all right, who's the second coming of Shawn? They thought Dolph for a little bit. Seth was in the conversation. AJ, I think from an overall standpoint, probably is the closest to a second coming of Sean. But once AJ steps away, Adam Cole will be cemented in that spot.
I think Adam Cole's a superstar in the making. Don't know if anyone were to have him for, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years, just let him walk away and never really give him an opportunity to be the guy. I don't know why you would do that, but glad AEW has him, and it's looking like they're going to do something with him.
That didn't happen. He betrayed the company.
Okay,
let's not get it. See, you AEW fans, you like to make up your own narrative and then put it out there. No, you have to know. I like Adam Cole, but he betrayed the company.
Well, how did he betray the company? His contract was up. He actually did a good thing by re-signing for a little bit, did the favors on the way out, and left when his contract was up.
He did a media event with WWE and still betrayed the company and left. How dare he? How dare he?
How dare he be an independent contractor and sign with what he feels is the best opportunity for himself?
I mean, like I said, you want 20,000 people saying Adam Cole, baby, or you want 85,000 strong yelling Adam Cole, baby, at the top of their lungs? Huh? Yeah, that's right.
I think that, real quick before we move on, I think Adam Cole, listening to everything that he had to go over in terms of like decision making, I think that when it comes down to it, I think Adam Cole truly gave it some thought. I don't think it was a decision that he had. I mean, obviously, it was a decision that he had thought about from day one, it seemed like, right? But I don't think it was a decision that he didn't give some thought. I think he really tried to give WWE an opportunity. And WWE, Vince, to be specific, is one of those guys that's not really gonna, like, he ain't gonna get on his knees and beg for you. You know, and not to say that Cole wanted that from Vince, but sometimes when you're at a job and you want a little bit of love, you want to see that, man, do they really want me? Am I really that valuable? Like, okay, they're offering me this much money. Okay, they're doing that, but will they really let me be me? And I think that was really the deciding factor. So in a sense, I'm kind of glad Cole went there too. He looks like he's having fun. I listened to his interview or whatever podcast with Renee Paquette, and he seemed very, very, very happy. So that's all we want, right? Is for the wrestlers to be happy. That's what this has come down to, right, Phillip? The wrestlers just want to be happy.
They're sports entertainers. Stop that. Yeah, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to be canceled. I'm not going to say it. There's a line I'm willing to go to. I'm not willing to cross that line, brother.
Oh,
Brandon, tell us what else happened.
Well, after the match, we had the Elite run out and they cut a little promo, just kind of building themselves up. Bryan Danielson comes out and we get Kenny No Balls. So I guess that's a thing now. And we are going to have Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan taking on Nick Jackson on Rampage. I'm very excited to see this match because Nick, if you have to pick one out of the Young Bucks to be a singles guy, it is Nick. And I'm intrigued to see what happens. I would assume Bryan gets his first win up against a tag team guy, but thoughts on the promo Bryan and the prospects of Nick versus Bryan?
I think Nick versus Bryan is going to be something excellent. I've said it time and time again. Nick Jackson has the best comeback in wrestling. It's tremendous, bro. Like seeing that joint live, I was like, oh, get there. Thought it was awesome. Bryan's promo was fine. Kenny No Balls, I've been saying that for years. You guys are just now finally starting to.
So I need you to buy that T-shirt when it comes out. It doesn't go to Kenny. I think it would go to Bryan. So you're not helping out Kenny.
I mean, but I'm helping out a guy that betrayed the company. Yeah, so I can't do that. If it's a gift, then yeah, I can't give my hard-earned money to someone like that.
What happens if you just like buy a mystery box, like not knowing it's that shirt and it just happens to be yours?
I'm returning it.
You technically paid for it, but you didn't know you're going to get that shirt.
I'm returning it. Absolutely no, I can't do that. I can't do that. If you want to give it to me as a gift, fine. That's That's great. I love it. But no, Brian, what do you think?
So I said this on my podcast within the ropes, the AEW Dynamite review.
Great show, by the way. Love the show.
Thank you. This felt like NWO, coming out, making their way to the ring after one of their members just had a match. And Daniel Bryan's up there. He's Lex Luger. Christian is, Kazarian is DDP. Christian is Sting. And the Jungle Jurassic Express are the Steiner brothers. There you go. You got Kenny, who's Hogan. I can't figure out who are the outsiders, the Young Bucks or the Good Brothers. And then you've got Randy Savage, who is Adam Cole, baby, the one who is eventually going to look at Hulk Hogan, Kenny Omega, and say, "You're not soul here, buddy.
You've got lust in your eyes for Elizabeth."
You looking at Britt Baker.
And if he did that, I'd love it. I'd forget that he betrayed the company. I'd love it.
The promo was a little cool. It was a little corny. The Kenny No Balls thing was a little corny. I mean, I can't imagine someone from WWE starting a chant. I mean, can you imagine Bobby No Balls?
Kenny
Bobby
No Balls. Kenny No Balls.
But
I like it. I love
again, I feel like they do too much of this. Tony, stop booking this. It feels too much like WCW, and eventually you're going to continue to do it, and it's going to take away from what this is really about. We see it coming. I see it coming. So yeah, the brawls and the what is it? Didn't they announce a match for Rampage or Dynamite? No, it was Dynamite next week.
Yeah, they announced like some major multi-man tag. I just noticed the Impact tag titles are on Dynamite more than Impact.
Yeah. I mean, when you're the outsiders, the Good Brothers, you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want. No one will bother you,
Pretty much.
And the Good Brothers actually got a talk on it. Dynamite. Usually they just stand in the background and do nothing.
Yeah.
Brandon, what else happened?
We get Cody and Lee Johnson taking on Matt Seidel and was it Dante Martin?
Yeah.
And Cody and Lee get the win. Lee actually gets the pinfall victory. Arn Anderson coaching him up, and he gets a little discouraged, but he cuts that promo on Cody. He calls Lee a winner, Cody a loser because he lost to Malachi Black and let him get in his head. He did the whole, spilling the dude's brains on the concrete line with his Glock. And the crowd continues to boo Cody. I would assume this is some sort of heel turn waiting, but thoughts on just the match was fine, but obviously the kind of aftermath is what everyone's talking about.
The aftermath was interesting. Arn, Arn kills me. I love Arn Anderson, dude. I love him, man. I thought I chuckled at it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what Arn know about a Glock? What Arn know about keeping Paul under the seat just in case you gotta take care of little business? What do you know about that, bro? I mean, Arn basically sounds like he's from Chicago. I mean, it's a better city than Cincinnati. But yeah. Sidebar: we see Rhodes to the top, huh?
I did.
I haven't finished it, but I saw like the first like 25 minutes. Brandon, have you seen this?
Of course, I've seen Rhodes to the top.
You did.
If you let me finish my bit, I was gonna say I haven't. Sorry, I definitely did.
Yeah,
but I listened to lovely Wade Keller do his Wade Keller Hotline, and he recapped it, so I know what happened. Great podcast, by the way. Go VIP.
You need to listen to Roberts and Rosenberg. You need to listen to good analysis of sports entertainment. Yeah. Yeah. Rhodes to the top, cool. They hit on the the race promo Cody did a couple months ago. He was going up against Anthony Ogogo, which I love that guy. I miss Anthony. Come back soon. We love you. Yeah. So, Brian, thoughts on
Yeah.
segment? Thoughts on Rhodes to the Top?
So my thoughts on the segment was it was good. I laughed a little bit because I was like, wow, we haven't heard Arn talk this much in a long time. So it was cool. It was neat to add. I like that he added the fact that in the last match with Black, he went outside to go check on him, and he's like, no, don't check on me. Don't worry about me, right? Here's the deal. I said this on Within the Ropes as well. Cody needs to come out next week and do. He has a whole list of things that he could do. He could come out and tell the fans to stick it, Stinger style, okay, with his back turned to the camera and go right off into the sunset and say, you know what? For those of you who support me in the Nightmare family, I appreciate you. But for those of you who turned your backs, you fans can stick it. Boo! Right? And then he just goes away until the Elite takes over. And then he comes back for his nice babyface return. And then he gets that one-on-one match with Kenny Omega for the AEW World title.
Or you know what he could really do? He could go back to New York. Total heel move. Oh, heel move.
Or nobody else could do. And I'd like to get your guys' opinion on this because I said this on Within the Ropes, but I'm talking to you guys here on the Bullet Cast. I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes. He could take all this in, right? All the use and abuse that he's getting from Arn Anderson and Lee Johnson and everybody in the Nightmare family. You know, it seems like everyone's just pointing the finger at Cody. Cody, you're the weak link. Cody, you're not getting the job done. Okay. You know what? I would have Cody Rhodes turn his back on the Nightmare family and just join the Elite. That's what people in WCW did when people's careers were going to shit. They joined the NWO, got some elevation. Okay, joined the hottest group.
It boosted. What was it, Vincent? Oh yeah, major boost.
Okay, we can't. All right, you calling Cody Vincent now?
No. I'm just saying. You said people did that.
Cody is your friend, boost. Phillip.
Cody is my friend. We had cigars on top of Caesar's Palace together. I love Cody Rhodes. That's my brother, man. I
think that if Cody does this. Obviously he'll get cheered. People love the Elite.
Dude, bro. See,
beat up Arn. Crossroads on Arn. Crossroads on Lee. Crossroads on Brock. Hell, Crossroads on Brandy. You can't be Miss Elizabeth. Okay?
Hey, what the heel work Cody did in Japan, it was top notch. I loved it. You know.
And then you could eventually set it up to have Cody versus Kenny. I don't know. I feel like Cody has to come back in some way, shape, or form to getting in that main event spot. He shot himself in the foot by making that dumb stipulation. I had the idea of maybe doing the 60-man battle royal and having Cody give up his EVP status in order to compete for the championship again. I don't know. There's multiple things he could do.
I think Cody gets an opportunity at the title and wins it whenever MJF is champion.
You could do that. You could revisit that.
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah,
that's a long road though to get MJF the title.
Hey,
that means
it's a long road to the top.
It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new generation.
The legacy theme song. I love it. Yeah, I mean, there's so many roads and avenues.
Brandon, what do you think about my idea? Which one do you think is more likely to happen if it were to come true? Cody going away and then coming back as a big baby face when AEW is in the hole and they need a big baby face to come back and take over, or him joining the Elite?
If I have to pick one of those, I probably would go with him being the babyface because I think Cody wants to be like a singles babyface guy. But I like your original idea where it was like he turns on the Nightmare family. He just kind of goes off and does his own thing as a heel. I think Cody works wonders as a heel. I liked what he did like back in ROH. It's like kind of similar to like what MJF is doing, but it's also, you know, different enough that I don't think they would overlap each other. And I think not having the title stipulation kind of, you know, makes him, you know, even more, not more of a heel, but it just kind of grounds him to where he knows he can't do that one thing. So he just always has to do something else and kind of keep creatively, into it and doing like other things. And AEW has, I wouldn't say a problem with heels, but when the heels get good enough, they ultimately turn babyface. Like the Elite aren't going to be heels forever, even though I do think they're doing a good job. And I think Cody is one of those guys that, like MJF, could stay heel with the way he carries himself.
All right.
Hold on real quick. Before we move on from this topic, I have to say, I just got another idea popped up in my head. You could have a blood and guts match between the Elite and the Team Elite and Team Brian Danielson. Have Cody be on Team Brian Danielson, and then bam, have Cody turn and join the Elite. That could work too.
Awesome one.
But the internet tells me they all hate each other.
I know, right? Well,
yeah. That is true, but you can use that as a leverage. You can make them think. You could turn. If this was Vince McMahon, he would use that.
Look, Vince McMahon had
the old Vince McMahon. I don't know about the new one.
I do, but I don't know. What was like 3 years ago? Vince had Dean turn on Seth the same night that Roman announced he had leukemia. I don't know. Vince got it still. Y'all just don't know. He's waiting, bro. He's waiting. You know what I'm saying? He's waiting for those last little droplets to be dispersed on your ass, and then you're gonna be like, damn, this is great. Yeah, that's all it is.
I hope so.
Let's move on. Let's kind of wrap this up.
Oh, wow. We're having such a great time, Phillip. But we have Britt Baker and Ruby Soho each cutting promos, kind of backstage, pre-edited, whatever, where Britt, just kind of talks ish to Ruby. Ruby says that, yeah, she lost. This means she has to step into the back of the line, but this means she's going to earn her title shot. She's going to, work her way through the division, and she's going to become champion and, face Britt or whoever it is once again. It was, straightforward stuff. And we also got Jade, Nyla Rose, and Thunder Rosa kind of in the background having their triple threat match on Rampage.
Triple threat's happening. I like that. I hope Jade wins because I love Jade. As far as these promos, Ruby's was Britt's was really good. Shout out Rebel.
I call these promos Maury video packages because that's what they feel like to me. It's kind of like the music goes
Maury Povich.
Yeah, and the music starts and they're like, you know what? I'm coming for my title. You said last week, and then it shows video packages of them wrestling, and yeah, you know what I mean. Watch some Maury Povich.
You are not the father. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. What you mean? What you mean? Thank God. We should have a Maury Povich podcast, guys. Or we should get Maury Povich on a podcast. I'll start working on that. Yeah.
I'm with that.
Slide in the DMs.
I'm with that.
So the whole show took place in Rochester, New York, home of Brody Lee. This was supposed to be back in early 2020 when he was supposed to make his debut. But so the whole show is kind of dedicated to him. AEW once again doing a great job with that. We get the Dark Order taking on Team Hardy in a massive 16-man tag. Orange Cassidy was on the side of the Dark Order. Dark Order gets the win. Johnny Hungy doing his thing, just firing up and beating up on everyone. A lot of cluster mess. We get -1. We get Ty Conti. We get Anna Jay. We get Mrs. Brody Lee all on this stage. And Dark Order wins. Happy everybody's together. Yay.
Yes, it was great. They started a John Huber foundation of sorts, I see. Yeah, Brody Lee, he was a great talent. For that short amount of time that he was in AEW, and especially that TNT title run, it was only 5 weeks, but it felt like he did a hell of a lot. So, RIP to Mr. Brody Lee.
-1 through papers at Evil Uno too. That was pretty cool.
Love
I like
it.
that.
Gotta do the gimmick, brother.
Yeah.
Shout out -1. He's best friends with Anna Jay and Ty Conti. Smart kid.
Smart kid. Yes. All right, Brian. Finish
yes.
off the AEW section.
Well, we got one of those Maury Povich video packages from the one and only man of the hour, Leo Rush, is officially all elite. He cut one of those promos and I don't know what he's called now. Is it LBO or is it LVO or something like that? He has a new moniker.
Basically, he's the Cameron Grimes of AEW.
There you go. What do you guys think of Leo Rush?
Cameron Grimes of AEW.
Yeah. He's $1 million man.
He got several investments. He got
Several
Okay.
to help his people.
Okay, I see.
You know
He just had a new album come out too.
He did. I haven't heard it yet. I heard a couple of songs, but I ain't finished it.
Well, I mean, was it good? I mean, what?
He be spitting.
It's not CLB, but I mean,
It ain't CLB, but you know,
but I mean,
it's definitely Kanye levels though, GOAT status.
I don't know about that.
Leo Rush's album, Leo Rush's songs. He has I forgot what song it is, but he put a video out and it was really, really good. He's got some skills. Not on Damian Lillard's level, of course, when we talk about athletes and entertainers, going outside of their, to become rappers or artists, whatever.
Damian Lillard be spitting, bro.
Damian Lillard is amazing. Fantastic.
Man.
But Brandon, what'd you think of this Leo Rush, Maury Povich promo?
It was kind of like out of nowhere because apparently the internet tells me Leo Rush himself says that he's retired, but then now he's with AEW and he signs with them. So
this is the shortest retirement ever.
Good for him. He's going to tie and break Terry Funk's record, I think, eventually, because he's so young. He's going to probably retire, 20 more times.
Yeah.
All right.
He had to come back and finish out the little New Japan dates he had. So I guess now he's all elite. So that's great. MJF. It's not Dynamite without MJF on the show in some capacity. He came out and I believe he was cutting a promo in regards to getting a title shot. Am I correct?
Yeah.
This was a little fuzzy. And he eventually got interrupted by Darby Allin, who he then called a school shooter with a skateboard. Darby's end of the promo I didn't really like very much. I never really heard Darby talk, to be honest.
I heard him talk on Rhodes to the Top.
He did talk on Rhodes to the Top, and that was a little better than his promo. But MJF, they're just letting him say anything he wants to.
And I love it. They just let me say anything I want to here.
I think I didn't have a problem with the promo. It ended abruptly. He had I forget. Brandon, help me out. He said something to Darby, and Darby was like, I'm not gonna let you get under my skin, or I'm not gonna let you get in my mental, or something like that.
Pretty much, he said because MJF named like the 4 pillars of AEW, so he named the young guys, and Darby was like, "Well, I'm
the homegrown talent.
I'm the only one who won a title here, unlike you," and yada yada. So Darby kind of poking the bear a little bit, and he basically no sells MJF stuff, which is what you should do. Don't give him the satisfaction of seeing you get all heated, which is the perfect thing for Darby to do because he's not going to go over the top like Brian Pillman did.
I'd hate to cut this, but Brian, they're not homegrown talent.
Huh?
They're not homegrown talent.
That's what they call them, though.
No, they're not. Did they train at an AEW facility from day one to become a professional wrestler?
AEW Dark.
No, they're not home. These aren't homegrown talents. You see, they've taken people that have been wrestling for like 5, 6, or 10 years and say, these are our homegrown talents.
That's a good question. Bulletcast Universe, let's hear what you think. Are you considered a homegrown talent? If you like, because these guys and girls, they didn't have like a huge company that they were at. So are you considered a homegrown talent if you haven't come from like a big company? Versus coming from a big company and
the only actual homegrown talent they have is Jade.
Yeah. So does John Cena not count as a homegrown WWE talent because he worked before he signed with the company?
Yeah, he doesn't count.
Okay.
John Cena?
He doesn't count. He doesn't count.
But Brock Lesnar counts because he was trained at OVW.
Yes, you see, if you were trained in their company's developmental system and
John Cena's homegrown.
No, he's not. No, he's not. He was wrestling out here in the APW garage, bro. He's not homegrown.
He's home though. Like
Roman and Randy and Brock.
Don't forget your girl Charlotte.
Those are homegrown talents. People that walked into the WWE's developmental system, whatever it was at that point in time during their era, and then they came up in the ranks. No. He's not. If you worked the indies before you got to WWE or etc., you're not a homegrown talent.
Well, we got to put a poll in on the Bulletcast podcast Twitter because
it doesn't matter because if anybody disagrees with me, they're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. I'm going to go to the main event because Sammy Guevara is the new TNT champion. Yeah.
I hate it. Yeah. I don't like it.
Well, I mean, what?
I don't like that. I don't like it. You want to know why? Because why? You mean to tell me that Lance Archer couldn't beat Miro, Eddie Kingston couldn't beat Miro, but Sammy Guevara could? And that's not to discredit Sammy Guevara's ability.
God. He's a Spanish god.
Okay, and Lance Archer's the Murder Hawk.
Who did he really ever beat?
Former IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion.
That championship doesn't mean jack shit. Stop. Come on, man. No.
Okay. Eddie Kingston from the streets. Okay. New York City, homegrown.
Bro, he's been wrestling for like 15. No,
I'm saying from New York. He's homegrown New York. You know.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, this is just as silly as people wanting the Fiend to beat Roman Reigns. Just, you know,
It's not on that level. I mean, this is just a little network title. Let's calm down. You know. I mean,
kind of agree with Brian. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Now it was a surprise. The crowd was definitely into it, but Sammy just hasn't really clicked with me as a babyface thus far. I thought he did, decent work as a heel with the Inner Circle, and then as a babyface, it's just not the same. And I really have liked what Miro has been doing as God's favorite champion. Now he can still go down that route and be God's favorite wrestler, but I know that they like to do this. They hold on to a lot of the titles, so switching the TNT title a lot kind of makes sense for them, but I kind of question what the direction is with Sammy as the champion, a babyface champion for TNT.
What? God's favorite wrestler? You mean God's favorite sports entertainer? God's favorite God only has one favorite champion. You're looking at him. The diamond in the rough. You know
the Podgetech.
The Podgetech. Come on.
Yes.
Let them know the list of names. Don't ever do that to me again. Sammy Guevara being the TNT champion. Look, it's something new. It's different. I see they got rid of the white and green one and they got back the black and red, which is cool. I think that should be the title moving forward. I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens with Mr. Guevara.
Is Sammy Guevara Mexican?
Yes.
I would assume he'd be Spanish.
Yeah, some.
Then he need to go and make that strap green. You know what I'm saying? Put a little red in there.
Okay, we don't need to keep changing the
or we can make it, red and yellow like the Spanish flag, not the Mexican flag, because Spain, Mexico, two completely different places.
You're right about that.
Different continents.
Wasn't it already red and yellow?
No,
it was red and gold, right? Yeah, the one Brody Lee had.
Kind of, yeah. You're right about that, Brandon. Gosh, see, that's why you're here. That's why
I gotta represent the European, whatever you call that, because Portuguese, they're our neighbors. We might not like them all the time, but we got to shout out Spain.
Yeah, got to. Absolutely. They're not my name.
All right, Superstar Spotlight. Who do you got? I'm giving it to the Hurt Business. They back, baby. Come on, they back. Sasha Banks is back. I'm waiting on Bailey to come back. All my favorites are just about to be back.
Superstar Spotlight.
Who you got?
I think I'm gonna go with
It's great audio.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
It's great. Great.
I will go with Big E. They gave him the win over Bobby Lashley. You can call him a fluke champion because he cashed it in, but now they kind of firmly established he's the champion, and I would assume he's going to be the champion for the foreseeable future. Now, when it comes to him versus Roman at Survivor Series, that's when I question it, but I thought this was a good week for Big E to say, okay, this is our guy, and he's going to be the champion on Raw for a long time.
You know
Absolutely. What? Do you have one?
I'm going to give it to Trish Adora.
Thank you. Thank you, the Pan-African World Diaspora Champion.
That's right.
Bro, hey, man, Trish, I met her at GSW. Such a sweetheart. Love her.
Shout out to Trish, too. She just signed with Ring of Honor.
So, what?
Yeah.
Clap it up.
Clap it.
You know, clap it up. Clap it up. Man, if I had the laptop, we would do a Black Power ranking and just, you know. It hurts my heart, man. It really does. I'll try to get, I'm trying, man. Hopefully it'll be back so we can do this right next week, man. Hopefully it'll be back tomorrow so I can be on Within the Ropes, the draft recap. You know? Yeah, if we have to do it like this, please don't be mad, Brian. I'm sorry.
No way. I'm not at all.
You know, I'll drive out to your house and we'll record it live. We'll do it. I'll do it. It'll be you, me, and Charlie. Absolutely. All right. Promo pick of the week. That's you, Brandon. What you pick?
It is me. So I went back in time because, you know, Rhodes to the Top, baby. Debuting yesterday. We had from Raw, February 23rd, 2015. This is some sort of weird WWE/AEW fever dream because we have Stardust taking on Jack Swagger. He gets interrupted by Goldust, which leads to Jack Swagger beating Stardust, and then Eden Styles interviews Stardust backstage, and then Stardust does this whole Stardust type promo. So 5 AEW people in one little segment. 4 AEW people.
The referee probably went to AEW too. We don't know. Look, man, Stardust was great. He really was. I mean, just the whole thing. I loved it. This promo was good. I remember this very fondly back in the day. I was in my dorm room thinking like, oh, this is just such good shit. Yeah.
Mr. Stardust talked about getting the attitude out, but he's now at a place where they very much so welcome the attitude right back in. So it's kind of
Rhodes to the Top. He says during the baby shower or whatever that, you know, he wants to wrestle for the next 5 years until he's 40, and then he'll be a dad because he doesn't want to be an old man wrestler when they've signed CM Punk, you know, his brother Dustin, Chris Jericho, Bryan Danielson.
Mark Henry.
Hold on. Now you're gonna make me defend it. God, you see, look, Jericho was there to help legitimize the company. Don't talk about my friend. Okay, that's why he was the first champion. Dustin being there. I mean, look, the story that they told in Double or Nothing.
Hey, I'm not hating. I'm just saying Cody is like, you know, saying something about his own talent, calling them old man wrestlers.
Well, look, Cody has a vision for where he sees himself in the squared circle. And I respect that, you know, like I may not want to podcast until I'm 40. I may want to stop at 35, you know, I may want to stop at 30. I may only have 5 more years of doing this realistically.
You're the Bo Jackson of podcasts. So you're going to be great for a very short time. And then it's just going to, it's done.
Yeah.
Gone forever.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this current run I'm on now, I'm having fun. So I don't know. I'm having fun crushing your heroes and telling you the truth about the things you like and that you love. Yeah.
And also, shout out Brandy Rhodes, who said getting pregnant ruined a bunch of fun things she was going to do.
Oh.
Okay, I'm done. Brandy can say something.
I want to say real quick, since we're talking about Rhodes to the Top, close all pretty much at the end of this podcast episode. Shout out to Lee Johnson. You know, he over there, he bagged up Julia Hart. That was revealed. That was revealed on Rhodes to the Top. You know, they came to Cody and was like, "Hey, just want to let you know that we're together." So shout out to Big Shotty.
I wonder if Lee went up to Max Caster after the pro was like, "Hey, bro, hey, let me talk to you for a second. Hey, they about to see something that a lot of these people not used to, you know.
Let me come holler at you real quick, bro.
Hey, bro, come here. What you say about my shorty, bro? Get you imagine?
It makes you think about that, though, right? Like, yo, she had a whole boyfriend who's in the locker room.
She had a whole dude in the back. You feel me? Oh, man. Hey, if there's a clip of that, I need to see it for sure. Brian, tell us about our match pick of the week.
The match pick of the week is Cody Rhodes versus Big Show for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 28, April 1st, 2012. This was when he was this after the mask? Yeah, this was after the mask,
yeah,
right?
this was after the mask, before the mustache.
Yeah. Putting over old Big Show, giving him his first Intercontinental Championship
First
reign?
and only, yeah.
First and only. There we go.
And first WrestleMania win, right? Because that was like the whole story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, first and only.
See, man, WWE was doing such good
Hey,
stories.
don't disrespect the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal of WrestleMania 31.
I forgot about that. Okay, 2. He won 2.
I mean, it was on the pre-show, and you say the pre-show don't count, so.
I mean, look,
That's why the Usos have like never had a WrestleMania match, so.
They were on the main show on what, WrestleMania 34? 34 or 35? They were on the main show.
34, yeah, but that was, who were they? Yeah,
That
that was when
the Bludgeon Brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That, and then I could have sworn they were in that tag team mess at 35 when Aleister Black and Ricochet were a tag team. I'm pretty sure they were in that hot mess. Yeah.
I don't remember.
But yeah, this was an interesting time. You know, I was 16, just loving sports entertainment, as I should have. Man, it was great, man. It was great. That's gonna wrap it up for us. Yeah, guys, hopefully we can get back to the way we normally do things. The Extreme Rules recap is out. Excuse some of the things that were said. I'm sorry. Yeah. So follow us on Twitter and tweet us questions at Bulletcast, Instagram, the Bulletcast YouTube channel. Bulletcast emails Bulletcast is the number 2 sweet swet@gmail.com. 104.7 FM KAPU and watchable every Friday night from 11 p.m. to midnight. iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Spotify, Patreon, and so many other places. All right, guys, go check out Curveballs and Chair Shots. Check out In the Click. Check out Within the Ropes. Check out the Jobber Tears podcast, Dirty Heels podcast, and so many other podcasts, man. It's
podcast day.
It is podcast day. Oh, I did commentary at UGWA, man. I'm out here calling main events and whatnot. Come on. Yeah, come on. I think some high voltage is airing tonight too. Yeah. I believe some GSW high voltage is airing out. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Heel Antoine, and I'll hook you all up with all them links. All right, thank you all so much. For those of my supporters, I love you very much. For those that don't support me and don't like the things I say, well, frankly, I don't give a damn.
Elite podcasting, we on the Bulletcast now, fearless. The Bulletcast now, fearless. Elite podcasting, no we on elite podcasting, no we on.